Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 149 for the 22nd of July. And there will be some information from the 23rd of July because how late I am putting up this summary. So when I'm doing some of the info, there are information coming from the 23rd. And before I start, I just want to share, the shadow banning situation. Around 4th, 5th July area, you see here, there is this massive drop in subscribership. And what happened was that the new viewers that have never seen the channel usually is around 20 to 25% of the total viewership has been reduced down to just 8 to 9%. And as such, the channel can't grow, and I don't know what to do. Our like campaign is starting to fail ever since they changed us to this new algorithm. They only give this DPA channel only like 8-9% out of the total number of viewers to be new viewers. So we will see what we can do. If you can share, do share this video to your friends that are or family or contacts that are interested. Hopefully this can help us to get more viewers and see what we can do with it. But tentatively, we are screwed. So anyway, welcome to the summary, and let's start off with cross-border shelling. In terms of the cross-border shelling situation, there's only one being reported. It's at Mykolaiv, so in the Chernihiv region. Previously, I said Mykolaiv. I thought the Mykolaiv is the one around here in the middle here. Then I was thinking definitely there seems to be something wrong. Apparently, I found the right Mykolaiv is actually here. So I actually moved this Ukrainian petition icon to this position, exactly just next to the border. So now it makes more sense. Previously, I put it way in the center. Let me see. I put it here. It's a wrong location, so I just discovered that I made an effort just now to actually search for this Mykolaiv again, go through the entire border to find Mykolaiv. So this is the one. So the shelling is reported here. Otherwise, there's actually now no other reported shelling here. So and I have posted a video on the DPA IRL, which is a new series that I'll be doing. And actually I'm already doing. It's called the HIMARS Watch. So I already renamed the first bracket, the first one that I mentioned in the previous summary about I counted 10 HIMARS, which is actually wrong. There should be 12. So I renamed this from opinion to HIMARS Watch. So I have posted a new video just 1 hour ago, as per this recording, about new information of the HIMARS, because I think a lot of people are interested about the HIMARS, and so I decided to have a entire series just to keep track of where are the HIMARS, where are they fighting around, are they destroyed, and maybe there are 4 more that are going to be coming. So we will also keep track of that 4. And I believe there's also M270 supposed to come. So I'm not sure about them yet. Also, maybe they are still on the way. Anyway, if I have any information from the sources that I've seen, I will then report them in this series here. So do check it out. Do check it out. So I'm not going to cover. The information is actually here. So 1 HIMARS deployed at Kine. This is actually the 11th. We accounted 10 previously, so this is the 11th. And the 3 HIMARS that went to the southeast of Kharkiv has actually been deployed to the Andrivka area. So this is Andrivka town or city or town or village, whatever it is. Nearby here is Balakliya, one of the stronghold of the Russian forces, where there is this massive complex. Where's the complex here? Massive complex of ammunition storage and weapon storage. And I believe this already been emptied by the Russian troops. There should be no more ammos over there for the Ukrainian troops to capture. So they have moved to around this region here. So it's probably to reinforce the 4 that has been destroyed around this region. but they are probably never going to go into Donetsk itself, because the 4 destroyed were all within Donetsk, and I think this is a bit too near. There is a HIMARS bombardment on the Lysychansk oil refinery. From the nearest known position of HIMARS is around 130 kilometers away. So that is within range of their missiles. Some people say the only missiles left is around 70 kilometers. I have no idea, so I can't really talk to you about that. If you actually look at the mapping, you can see that some of this HIMARS icon is in gray. This is to differentiate news from previously reported news for the HIMARS, so that I don't get confused by too many blue icons. So moving on to okay, I forgot to delete this. This is the cat one. Moving on to the southern front. At the southern front, we have no updates regarding the Mykolaiv front. For those that are wondering about the bridge at Kherson, it got hit again, but I don't think it was destroyed. Still, the bridge is very, very strong. Soviet stuff are ridiculously strong. They use a stupid amount of concrete, and it's damaged. There are some talk saying that maybe heavy trains will not be able to go through. I'm not even sure if this is the train. There's a train track here. I'm not too sure. The holes are quite small. Trucks definitely can still go through. So there is actually no resupply problems going through this bridge. And worst, if this is actually destroyed, regardless, they can actually still go through here. And I don't think they can destroy this so easily. This is a freaking dam. So for those that are very excited, no worry about or happy about the Russian troops getting stuck, in the northern side of the Dnipro River, yeah, you should not care about that. That's not going to be happening. So anyway, so nothing at Mykolaiv. So moving on to the Davydiv Brid front, the fighting here seems to have subsided. There is no more information coming out from this area. It's not reported by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense nor the Russian Ministry of Defense or the pro-Russian sources. The pro-Russian sources only mentioned that in this fighting at Lozove, the Ukrainian forces was destroyed. There is a video, but I didn't watch. So at Ryba, if you are interested, you can go to the Ryba Telegram group to kind of check it out. I didn't actually watch it. This is reported already. So then we are here at the Kryvyi Ryi Front. At the Kryvyi Ryi Front, a parallel universe start to happen, because both pro-Russian and pro-Ukrainian side actually both reported success in their offensive. So that's really funny. So for the Ukrainian side, so just focus on the blue area. So in the blue area in their world, Mykolaivka and Ivanivka is actually under their control. So in their world, they have launched an offensive against the Haine. I'm not sure if they actually captured it within their report. It seems like not sure, but they are saying that now the Russian troops at Visokopilya, they numbered around 2,000, are now at risk of being encircled. Which is why I know it's a bit confusing if they actually captured this position or not. And then because if Pitomkaine is actually under Ukrainian, they can actually go east and actually linked up with the forces here to actually encircle the entire Russian forces at Visokopilya. However, on the pro-Russian side, the reported by the pro-Russian source, Ryba, in their mapping, they have mapped Mala, Shestiania, Kainayazivka, Topoline, Potomkine, as well as Dobryanka, all as under Russian control. These are previously not marked as Russian controlled areas, which means that these 5 different locations are captured by the Russian forces. I have waited for the Russian Ministry of Defense report for the 23rd, their noon report, and they actually do show some mapping, which I can kind of tell. They did not indicate these locations as under Russian control. The mapping still remains to be the same. However, they do show Mykolaiv and Ivanivka under Russian control. This is based on the Ministry of Defense of Russia. So let's see how this goes. Whether the Russian Ministry of Defense will actually update their map later, or this entire capture by Ryber's reporting is actually wrong. Not sure who is right. Definitely, this offense is and this control by the Ukrainians are definitely not captured within the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping. So that's all from the Southern Front. Oh yeah, there's one more. The Ryber's mapping shows also Korivka as Ukrainian control. This is actually in contrary to the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping that show also Korivka is under Russian control. So let's see how this goes. Time will tell. Moving on to the Zaporizhzhia Line. At the Zaporizhzhia Line, the latest Ryber mapping shows that the Russian forces has captured Sheshbaki, as well as Novodanilivka, which is just south of Orekhiv. So so this is not really able to be, it's not clear if this is actually the case on the Russian Ministry of Defense map, because the mapping is very blur. The line is more or less there, so it can so I can't really know acknowledge or de-acknowledge but from the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping. Is more or less there. In term of on the eastern side of Huyaipole or Huyaipo, the Ukrainian forces seems to have captured Malinivka. This is also mapped by Ryber's mapping. So yeah, there is some slight changes to the front line over at the Zaporizhzhia Line. And moving on to the Donetsk Front. At the Donetsk Front, again, Ryber's mapping shows some changes. It shows that the Russian forces has recaptured Solotke, previously lost to the Ukrainians around 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago. And they also show some change here, that the Russian forces have captured Novomayoske. This change, however, is not reflected on the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping. In terms of the Solotke one, based on the way how the map is drawn, I can still accept that maybe Solotke is under Russian control. But for this Novomayoske one, this definitely not mapped in the Ministry of Defense mapping, because they still have this major salient here around here. So let's see how this goes. In terms of war mapper, this is a Ukraine war map. This is one of the 3 Ukraine map Twitter accounts on Twitter. Yeah. One of them has already been kicked out of Twitter. He's still available on Telegram. I think it's called Ukraine_map. And there is another one called Ukraine battle map. That guy is very, very pro-Ukrainian, but he do have a good context in Ukraine. He do make call. Only occasionally his calls still give him wrong information. In terms of war mapper, he's more quiet. Not sure if he's pro-Ukrainian, but in his mapping, Mykolaiv is actually under Ukrainian control. So I'm not sure how it is. In terms of the Ryber's mapping, Mykolaiv is actually under Russian control, just similarly to what the Russian Ministry of Defense has mapped. In terms of the fighting, there is no changes known into fighting. Fighting at Voleda or Novomahailivka or the Marinka one, I think it's all been outdated. I think there's no more fighting, at least no major action, major ground action is happening around this area. Moving on, there is no updates regarding the northern direction of the Donetsk city. In the Donetsk Front, there's no updates around here. Moving on to the Bakhmut Front. So this is Bakhmut town. At the Bakhmut Front, I have made an effort to verify all the offenses that is reported around here, because previously, in the previous summary, I mentioned, things are a bit confusing. So I made an effort to go through even multiple previous Ukrainian maps Ukrainian Ministry of Defense report. Then I have put all the dates into the last reported fighting. So from now on, there is this change in the way how I will be doing the reporting. I will be putting, the moment I see an information, a newer information about maybe Novoluhansk, I'll update it with the latest date and with the latest information, so we can keep track of when is the last reported fighting. So this is a slight change. And also I will be also the changes will also include the checking of Russian Ministry of Defense mapping. If it's available, I will actually use it to reference. I'll be checking Ryba's mapping, because I realized Ryba do not report every single change in the front line in their text. They do reflect it in their maps, but they may not mention it in their text. So which means that I have to check their mapping. And on the Twitter side, I will be checking War Mapper as well as Ukraine Battle Map. These two Twitter accounts for the latest, because I think both of them are the most credible ones, and maybe Suryak Maps as well. And most of the other ones, I still do track all the keywords across the entire Ukraine, but I think most of those other Twitter accounts are not so credible. So this is to streamline a bit in terms of the information that I get, so that we are only getting from the best. The both Ministry of Defense, Ryba, and these two or three Twitter accounts, and everything else will be secondary. I may or may not check them. So because I need to streamline, or I'll be spending way too much time on this coverage. Zaporizhzhia is the last reported is 19th of July. So so this fight might not even be valid anymore, because it's been almost a week. And Novoluhansk, they're still fighting just as of 2 days ago. And fighting at the Velihirska power plant definitely is still happening. This is the most latest one. And they are fighting at Vrishina is on the 20th. So that's around 3 days ago. So just want to just go through to let you all know, have a sensing. The fighting now mainly is here. This fighting here might have stopped. And then Kryvyi Ryi is no longer disputed. So I'm going to delete this. The Russian forces have, according to the pro-Russian sources, have captured the southern part of Perovsky here. So Perovsky is rather sprawling, and the southern part has been captured by the Wagner PMC, the private military contractors. And the main part of Perovsky is still under Ukrainian control, and fighting is also reported by the Ukraine Defense Ministry on the fighting at Perovsky. There is no the last reported fighting is at Soledar. There is no fighting reported at Bakhmut, only at Soledar. So this is on the 22nd, which is this summary that we are reporting now. As I mentioned, in case you missed it, there are some information that is coming from the 23rd. So although this is the summary actually for the 22nd. Then Yakovlivka, the last reported is I think this is no more for now. I'm going to delete this first. I will report it when I do see something. I think there's definitely, I didn't see anything for this one. And then there's fighting reported at Bilohorivka, which is on the 22nd, the latest one, as well as Berestove by Ryba. So this is both is by Ryba. They reported this. There are some rumors that Berestove has been captured by the Russian forces. However, I did not see this information, so I'm going to ignore these tips. The last fighting reported at Sperne is on the 19th, and on the 20th they are fighting at Ivano-Dorivka. So there might be a case where they actually, after the fighting here at Sperne, they have captured this position and move on to Ivano-Dorivka. I have no idea. So even on the 20th, that's also 3 days ago. This still some time ago, so we haven't seen any fighting here. So just now I already mentioned HIMARS bombardment on the Lysychansk oil refinery. I only reporting this because we are now having this HIMARS Watch. If not, I won't be reporting on such missile strikes unless they are hitting railway station or air bases or foreign fighters. Fighting at Verkhan-Okayamsky continues. This is based on the latest information, and in the last summary, I pulled back the spike towards Siversk. The spike is back because now the Ukraine Defense Ministry has reported fighting at Siversk. So since this is, I believe, the first time I saw the Ukraine Defense Ministry mention fighting at Siversk. So perhaps the fighting indeed has finally arrived at Siversk, or perhaps only now they decided to talk about Siversk. No idea. No idea what's happening. Kryvyi last report is actually on the 19th, and Serebryanka's fighting last report is on the 18th. So we have no idea what is the situation here. Russian Ministry of Defense mapping does not show Kryvyi or Serebryanka captured. This is so this is also a show that maybe indeed the Russians still have not captured this position. It's not reflected on the Russian Ministry of Defense map. Moving now on to the Izyum Front. And before I continue, you might have noticed there's no fighters getting shot down from the Ukrainian side. So that can mean three things. One, Ukrainian Air Force is very lucky. No one died today or got shot down today. Two, they have no more fighters left, or very few aircraft left for shooting down. Or three, I forgot what is three. They are flying, but I don't know. I forgot what is three. So sorry, there's only two. Moving on to the Izyum Front, I have updated the mapping because in terms of Ryber's mapping, Ryber, the pro-Russian source, they mapped Velika Komishuvakha, Vernopilia, as well as Kurukal as under Ukrainian control, and which means that I have to put this overlapping border because we have to keep track of what's happening. So I have put the icon for the Russian claim based on the Russian map as a question mark. So we will have to question mark all this place and to see how things goes as we go along. But the Russian mapping, the Russian Defense Ministry of Defense Ministry mapping is very obvious that the front line moved all the way to Khrushchevka. So you can definitely see on the map based on how the road has split. So they seem very confident about this, but the Ryber's confidence is actually not so much there. So and similarly, the same situation over here at Dolina and Krasnopilia in terms of Ryber's mapping, they did not have this salience over here. They actually still are stuck around this area here, but they filled up this entire forested area, which the Russian Ministry of Defense left as a whole, as a vacuum here. So yeah, we have two different maps on the Russian side to reference, so we're going to have some differences. Anyway, over here at the Balakliya Front, there's no more information about this fighting at Husarivka. This was I think I reported yesterday, right? 19th of July. So this is actually not new as well. So let's put this 19th of July. So this is actually a very old news. I think it's no longer happening. And in terms of Ryber's mapping, they also claim Mospanove as under Ukrainian control. So both Ryber and the Ukraine Defense Ministry's report seems to suggest Mospanove is actually under Ukrainian control. However, this is contradicted by the Russian Defense Ministry map. So we're going to have this overlapping border here. Moving on to the Kharkiv Front. On the eastern side of the river, the Siversk Donetsk River, similar situation that the Russian pro-Russian source Ryber listed all these towns on the eastern side of the river as under Russian control. So for now, it's going to be all question mark until I can have a different map from the Defense Ministry of Russia showing something different. So we're going to leave this as is for now, for accuracy purposes. The fighting at Verkhny Saltiv is no longer reported, so I've deleted it. Fighting at Pitomnik is also rather old. I also no idea what happening here now. The Dementivka one is still disputed. Prudyanka I think Prudyanka is shown as under Ukrainian control on the Rybus map, but under Russian control on the Ministry of Defense Russia map. Okay, so there is refighting reported at Udi or Uda. This is by the pro-Russian source Ryba, and they said that the Russian forces carried out a raid on the forward positions of the Territorial Defense Battalion in the vicinity of the village of Uda. And then in this surprise attack, the Ukrainian forces have losses and they retreated to a reserve line. And as a result of this, the Ukrainian forces actually sent some reinforcement, 2 BMPs with personnel to the Uda area. There is also some other information on reinforcement. There's a MLRS, a multiple launch rocket system, a Grad launcher sent to the Svizhlishny, and there's also M777 being sent to Myronivka. So this is some information from the pro-Russian sources, and that's about it. We have covered the entire summary for the day of 149 for the 22nd of July. So coming back to the situation about the shadow banning, I really have no more ideas. I know you guys have been very supportive, helping me to press the like button and commenting. But this is the most we can do, and not sure what more I can do. I will be doing some more activities on this channel's post, and let's see if we can actually improve the situation so that the channel can continue to grow. But as of now, we are severely suppressed by YouTube to limit the growth of the channel, and that's pretty much what the situation is now. And so if you are a new viewer, do press subscribe. Please help to support so that you can become an existing viewer, and then to help to grow the channel, so that they are being so that YouTube will be forced to introduce the channel to more new viewers. So anyway, this is the summary for the day of 149 and for the 22nd of July, and I will see you in the next update.